Good evening, good evening, good evening, my YouTube family and my Clubhouse family. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you for joining me tonight, y'all. I just want to give a shout out to those of you who sent prayers and well wishes. For those of you that don't know, the last 2 days, I have been ill. Y'all. I ate something that absolutely did not agree with me and got food poisoning. So I am much better today. The last 48 hours, I tell you, was a disaster. I felt terrible. It was bad, y'all. Every symptom that that you have with food poisoning, I have had it in the last 48 hours. And I want to give a big old virtual hug to my son, my oldest. He's 22, but he took damn good care of his mama, y'all. So I am better today. I am not 100%, but my spirits are better. I'm not, I can get on here and I can do the work. This is in my heart and in my spirit. I don't do this for the fun of it. Activism ain't no hobby. It's a calling on your life. So I couldn't just lay there. I had to get up and I had to get back to work. So like I said, I'm not 100%, y'all, but I'm here. But you know what time it is. You know what time it is. Today is the end of March, y'all. It is the end of March, March 31st, the end of March. Spring is here. It's a little gloomy here in the great state of Georgia, but the weather is warm and we just, gonna ride the wave and get through these rainy days. But it is keeping up with Congress. We do this every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, y'all, 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For those of you that are on the East Coast, 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. on Eastern Standard Time. I know my West Coast family is about 4 o'clock your time. So thank you for joining me today. Keeping up with Congress is where we hold them accountable. We're looking for opportunities in legislation. Where is the money? Who is it going to? How do we get some of it? If you're watching me on YouTube, hit that like button, please. Hit the subscribe button, hit the share, hit the notification button, spread the word. It is keeping up with Congress. We got to keep our eyes on these folks. They don't expect us to. My biggest fear is that we'll get rocked right back to sleep with this Biden administration, right back to sleep. But I be damned. We're not going back to sleep. We too woke. We know what's going on, and reparations is here, reparations is due, and reparations is now. So we are not going back to sleep. So, every week, every day, this is brought to you by Withhold the Vote, where we hold elected officials and candidates accountable. Don't get it twisted. So many people try to demonize Withhold the Vote. This is where we harness our political power. No more are we going to the polls, showing up and giving this thing away for free. The pimp game is over. The pimp game is over. We're not going back to the polls and giving this thing away for free. We're not. So we're going to withhold the vote from those that don't have our interests, our best interests, and not working for us. We're going to withhold that vote. We're going to learn how to strategically use this vote as the weapon that it is. So let me share my screen. For those of you that are watching live on YouTube, let me share my screen. Make this thing a little bigger so you can see. Withhold the vote. I wanted to bring I like to bring you news about what's going on with our congressional hearings. On Wednesday. No, what's today? Today is Wednesday. On Thursday, I told you I'm 2 days behind, y'all. Work with a sister. Work with a sister. So on this Thursday, April 1st, a committee in the House Administration Committee on House Administration, Voting in America, ensuring free and fair access to the ballot. That is this Thursday, y'all. For those of you that are following these congressional hearings, this Thursday, April 1st, y'all. April Fool's Day. We ain't gonna be no fools though. April 1st at noon, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Voting in America, ensuring free and fair access to the ballot. If you can pay attention, you got some time on your lunch hour, be sure to tune in. Voting in America, ensuring free and fair access to the ballot. I always like to bring you some reparations news that's affecting those of us who are descendants of slavery in these Americas. So this is about the alderman clash over universal basic income proposal, with some saying reparations should be funded first. They fighting, y'all. They fighting. This is over in Chicago. This article is about the non-binding resolution passed 30-18, where some aldermen who voted against it said the city must pass reparations for the descendants of enslaved people first, while others said the city doesn't have the money to fund the program. They're fighting over in Chicago, y'all, whether it be UBI, Universal Basic Income, or should it be reparations. Chicago, in this article, it says a non-binding resolution calling for the city to launch a Universal Basic Income pilot program sparked a debate on reparations at City Council on this past Wednesday. That was a week ago. It says earlier this month, Alderman Gilbert Villegas said that he wants Mayor Lori Lightfoot to allocate part of the $1.9 billion in federal stimulus funds for a pilot program to pay people struggling on a daily basis. Villegas suggested a Chicago Universal Basic Income pilot program give 5,000 Chicago families $500 per month for 1 year, totaling $30 million. We have got to get money, cash, into people's hands so that we can keep our economy going. This is what Villegas said. Whose alderperson is this? Who? My Chicagoland folks, Illinois. Who is this? Your representative? He says we got to get money and cash into people's hands so that we can keep our economy going. He wants UBI, y'all. A similar pilot program is currently underway in nearby Gary, Indiana, where 125 residents making $35,000 or less per year are eligible for $500 a month, $500 monthly payments, no strings attached. Recipients will be chosen through a lottery system. What? Y'all, we got to look out this UBI. I don't, not before reparations. We're going to get our reparations first, y'all. Let me make this screen larger so those of you that are watching here on YouTube, you can see this as we read along. Let me make this bigger. Yeah, because we need to see this. It goes on to say, but as the full city council prepared to vote on the resolution Wednesday, Alderman Jason Irvin, chairman of the Aldermanic Black Caucus, said, until the city makes a deal on reparations for the descendants of enslaved people, there's no way in hell we can support direct payments to anybody else. Y'all better say it. He better say it. Now, this the alderman right here to be watching, Jason Irvin, those of you in Chicago, Illinois area. He says there's no way in hell we can support direct payments to anybody else. Goes on to say these conversations are a slap in the face to people that have suffered great atrocity through time in this country. That's what Irvin said. That's what I'm talking about. No reparations before UBI. Come on now. This over in Chicago, everybody. Pay attention. We're keeping up with Congress, but we do keep up with reparations news, right? All right, let's see what else is going on here. This is Amherst. We've been following what's going on in Amherst, y'all. It says while the town started with an $80,000 appropriation in the fiscal 2021 budget to explore, plan, and implement strategies to confront systemic racism, just $12,653 remain after $9,000 in stipends were provided to members of the Community Safety Working Group. And $58,347, y'all see I got this highlighted in red, was spent to hire consultants, 7th-generation movement collective of Amherst, to assist the working group. Now let's go back and do the math. We've been following what's been going on. This is going on in Amherst. This is Amherst, Massachusetts. $80,000 is what they were appropriated, right? In the 2021 fiscal budget. Now listen, look at this, how they spending the money. $12,653 remains after $9,000 in stipends were provided to members of the Community Safety Working Group. So the working group, the Community Safety Working Group, they got $9,000. They got $12,000, a little over $12,000 left. But look at how they spending the money, y'all. You see it highlighted in red? $58,347. $58,347 was spent to hire consultant, the 7th-generation movement collective, to assist the working group. So they paying the consultants the bulk of the money, y'all. Jesus, take the wheel. We know reparations is federal. We're real clear. Reparations is federal. Reparations is federal. You see how it gets, it becomes a mess as it trickled down into these municipalities, into these states. You see 80,000 and 58,000 of it is going to consultants. It goes on to say, when the council approved the money, it was to show its commitment to eradicating the effects of systemically racist practices of town government and town affiliated organizations, and to review and revise its policies, procedures, bylaws, values, goals, and missions through an anti-racism lens to foster an unbiased and inclusive environment that is free of discrimination, harassment, and negative stereotyping toward any person or group. Their hearts was in the right place, y'all. But it was time that money started being allocated. Look where it's going. The council also made a pledge to engage in a path of remedy for Black Amherst residents who have been injured or harmed by discrimination and racial injustice. Like I said, their hearts have been in the right place, but when that money started coming, the 80,000, 58,000 of it went to consultants, y'all. Like I said, I like to bring you a little reparations news. In addition, we're going to keep up with Congress, but I wanted to let you know what was happening in reparations around this country. All right, some business news. I like to bring you a little bit of Black business news. This says the change in pandemic outcomes for Black-owned small businesses. The Michigan Small Business Development Center at Lansing Community College provides no-cost business consulting services to those in Greater Lansing who are starting a business or have an existing business. So if you are in Lansing, Michigan, in that Michigan area, there's some monies available to you. So make sure that you reach out and go through the Michigan Small Business Development Center at Lansing. There's some money there, y'all. I like to bring you information about where the money is, how we get some of it. Keeping up with Congress. All right, let's dive in. Of course, like I said, this is brought to you by Withhold the Vote. If you haven't gone to the website, please do. It's withholdthevote.org. Withholdthevote.org. Join us, support us, be a part of what we're doing. It's not about telling people not to vote. It's about voting strategically. We're going to withhold the vote from those that don't have our best interests. So let's dive into the bills, y'all. Let's dive in. Keeping up with Congress, y'all. Senate Bill 376, the Safe Ride Act of 2021, the Safe Ride Act of 2021. This is introduced by Amy Klobuchar. We know who she is. We've been following her. Amy Klobuchar, Democrat out of Minnesota. This bill directs the Government Accountability Office to study motor vehicle recalls and the reasons why vehicle owners do not have repairs performed for vehicles subject to such recalls. So this bill is about motor vehicles and the recalls and why people aren't getting their cars repaired. What's really going on? Safe Ride Act of 2021. This is Amy Klobuchar, Democrat out of, oh Lord. Don't call me in the middle of the broadcast. I told y'all. Senate Bill 376, everybody. Senate Bill 376. Senate Bill 377, this is the Living Donor Protection Act of 2021. This is the Living Donor Protection Act of 2021. This is Kirsten Gillibrand, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. She's a Democrat out of New York. We looked this up. The Living Donor Protection Act will protect living donors from high insurance premiums. It will codify Department of Labor guidance that covers living donors under the Family Medical Leave Act in the private and civil service, and it will remove barriers to organ donation and provide certainty to donors and recipients. In this article, this is actually a press release by Senator Gillibrand and Senator Cotton. Says it's a tragedy that so many people die while waiting for life-saving organ donations. We must do more to remove the barriers that keep Americans from donating, says Senator Gillibrand. The bipartisan Living Donor Protection Act would help ensure that the individuals who are willing to save someone's life through an organ donation can do so without worrying they'll face insurance discrimination or that they could lose their job as they recover. These protections are critical for individuals who choose to become living donors, and will keep working. And I will keep working with my colleagues across the aisle to finally pass this legislation. That's Senator Gillibrand, Senate Bill 377, the Living Donor Protection Act. Senate Bill 378, Pennsylvania National Heritage Areas Reauthorization Act. Senator Robert Casey, he's a Democrat out of Pennsylvania. Remember, I told you, we won't be experts in any of this, but we're going to know enough to be dangerous, right? Keeping up with Congress. We're going to know the players and we're going to know the game. We're going to know how these bills are being, initiated through Congress, because we're going to have to negotiate. We're going to get our reparations, but we got to know how to play the game, y'all. So we got to keep up with the players and how they're playing the game. Senate Bill 378, the Pennsylvania National Heritage Areas Reauthorization Act. Look this one up, of course. It goes on to say, since 1984, Congress has established 55 national heritage areas to commemorate, conserve, and promote important natural, scenic, historic, cultural, and recreational resources. NHAs, y'all, that's a damn tongue twister. NHAs, the National Heritage Areas, are partnerships among the National Park Service, states, and local communities in which the NPS supports state and local conservation through federal recognition, seed money, and technical assistance. Goes on to say, unlike lands within the national parks, which are federally owned and managed, lands within heritage areas typically remain in state, local, or private ownership, or a combination thereof. I told you I take special interest, and you've heard me say this a lot, in food, air, water, and land. We got to understand what's going on. We're going to get it right in these other areas, but food, air, water, and land, we got to get it right, y'all. We got to get it right. So this is the Pennsylvania National Heritage Areas Reauthorization Act. Has to do with land, y'all. Senate Bill 378. Senate Bill 379, Senate Bill 379. This is Christopher Coons. He's a Democrat out of Delaware. Christopher Coons, Democrat out of Delaware. The Libya Stabilization Act. So what is this about? The Libya Stabilization Act could finally mean accountability for individuals who commit human rights violations and war crimes, violates the arms embargo in Libya, or threaten the peace, security, and stability of or in the country. The passage of this bill creates a much-needed reporting mechanism on foreign interference in Libya, including for those who provide military support in violation of the United Nations arms embargo, threatening civilian lives. This bill directly addresses the root cause of the conflict and could have a meaningful impact on the human rights situation in this country, So this is Senate Bill 379. This is Christopher Coons, Libya Stabilization Act. Senate Bill 380, the Health Savings Act of 2021. Marco Rubio, we've been following Mr. Marco Rubio. He and Cancun Cruz over in Texas. We keep our eyes on them, don't we? Mr. Cancun Ted Cruz. He and Marco Rubio. But this is Marco Rubio. The Health Savings Act of 2021, Senate Bill 380, Senate Bill 380. This bill is the act to simplify and expand health savings accounts and flexible spending accounts, which provide Americans opportunities to save for medical costs through tax-deductible contributions. Health savings, this is from Marco Rubio, y'all. He says, health savings accounts empowers families and individuals to have more financial control in their health care choices. I am proud to introduce this common sense pro-family legislation alongside Senator Scott to make managing the cost of health care more feasible for Americans. Y'all, I believe in Medicare for all. I've said that over and over again. Everybody can't save for their medical expenses. Damn it, everybody can't even pay their medical expenses. How about just Medicare for all? Why don't we just get it right? Just get it right, America. Get it right. Marco Rubio, y'all know he's a Republican out of Florida. Senate Bill 380. Senate Bill 381, the National Ocean Exploration Act. National Ocean Exploration Act. Senator Roger Wicker. Senator Roger Wicker. He is a Republican out of Mississippi. What is he talking about, y'all? Let's see. This bill would authorize the National Oceans Mapping, Exploration, and Characterization Council, update national priorities for ocean mapping, exploration, and characterization, and direct the council to coordinate and facilitate activities across federal and non-federal entities to advance those priorities. Like I said, food, air, water. This is one about water and land. This is Senate Bill 381, Roger Wicker, Republican out of Mississippi. Senate Bill 382, y'all. Senate Bill 382, the ProKid Act. ProKid Act, Senator Gillibrand, Kirsten Gillibrand, again, Democrat out of New York. ProKid Act, ProKid. What is this ProKid Act? The Protection of Kids in Immigrant Detention Act. Oh, there it is. It would establish within the Department of Health and Human Services an office of the omnibus person for immigrant children in government custody. This impartial, confidential office would ensure that immigrant children are only detained or held in government custody in the least restrictive setting and help ensure the quick and efficient release of immigrant children from government detention or custody whenever possible. So this is the ProKid Act. This is Senate Bill 382. Kirsten Gillibrand, she's a Democrat out of New York. Keeping up with Congress, y'all. Got to know the players, got to know the game. Keeping up with Congress. Senate Bill 383, the Post Act. Post Act of 2021. This is Richard Durbin. Richard Durbin, he's a Democrat out of Illinois. Democrat out of Illinois. This is some bicameral legislation, he says, that would help put an end to the for-profit college industry aggressive recruiting of veterans, service members, and their families. It's called the Protecting Our Students and Taxpayers Act. Would prohibit for-profit colleges and universities from receiving more than 85% of their revenue from the federal government and change the calculation of federal revenue to include all federal funds, including Department of Veteran Affairs, GI Bill, and Department of Defense tuition assistance benefits. So he is putting the brakes on ripping off the government with these for-profit colleges, y'all. I ain't mad at him. He said more than 85% of the revenue, y'all, is coming from going to these for-profit colleges that, making money. Senate Bill 383, Richard Durbin, Democrat out of Illinois. Senate Bill 384, we're almost there, y'all. We're at the half hour, just a few more minutes. Senate Bill 384, the 21st Century Entrepreneurship Act, the 21st Century Entrepreneurship Act. This is Catherine Cortez Masto. She's a Democrat out of Nevada. This bill requires the Small Business Administration to develop a curriculum for volunteers with the Service Corps of Retired Executives to teach underrepresented students, which are minority students, English learners, and children with disabilities, about entrepreneurship. So they want the SBA, along with SCORE, which is the Service Corps of Retired Executives, to teach underrepresented students about entrepreneurship. I believe in small business. I'm going to tell you, I've said this over and over, and I'm going to say it again for the 100th time. If you don't have a business in this Biden administration, you sleeping. You better have a business of your own. You better have a nonprofit, or you better align yourself with a business and a nonprofit, because I'm telling you, this Biden administration is making it rain. He's making it rain. You better get yours while you can, because you see where the money is going. Is coming down the pike. That's why Republicans are a little upset. They know how the Democrats want to make it rain. So if you don't have a business, you better start one. If you're not aligned with one, don't have a nonprofit, you better align yourself with one, because I'm telling you, this is where the money is coming. So get in position, y'all. Get in position. Senate Bill 384, teaching about entrepreneurship. And some of y'all can teach that class yourselves. Senate Bill 384, y'all. Senate Bill 385. Senate Bill 385 is the Full Service Community School Expansion Act of 2021. This is Democrat Sherrod Brown, Senator Sherrod Brown. He is a Democrat out of Ohio. Full Service Community School Expansion Act of 2021. The Full Service Community School Expansion Act is a comprehensive bill to assist schools and districts in bringing in wraparound services, including medical, mental, and nutrition health services, mentoring and youth development programs, technical assistance, and continuing education courses to serve students, families, and communities. This legislation would also provide essential resources for school districts to plan for, implement, and expand community schools, and would further develop the infrastructure to support these schools. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, this money is coming down the pike. These services gonna have to be outsourced, right? They're gonna have to be outsourced. So I know y'all can do something to help the schools, or your business can do something to help the schools. Senator Sherrod Brown trying to make it happen for you. Full Service Community School Expansion Act of 2021, Senate Bill 385, y'all. And I like to bring you like 10 bills every time I come, 10 to 15 bills. I am Tamara Johnson Shealy. And of course, tonight it has been Keeping Up with Congress. I'm going to give a big old shout out to my Clubhouse family, I'm new to Clubhouse, and they've embraced me and allowed me to hop into one of these, I guess it's a room inside of I don't know, y'all. I'm still trying to learn the terminology, but the room, I guess I started a room called Keeping Up with Congress, but it's called Reparations Over Everything. Reparations Over Everything. If you're not on Clubhouse, this is a place and a space that, for those of you who are reparationists, those of you who believe that we, the descendants of chattel slavery in this country, are old reparations, and we're going to fight until we can't fight no more. Get on Clubhouse and make sure you join this, I don't know what you call it, y'all. You have to give me the words for it, but it's Reparations Over Everything. It's a room. It's a room. Thank you, brother. Your sister was struggling with it. Reparations Over Everything. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to present. If you're watching me live here on Clubhouse, please, 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 please go to the website withholdthevote.org. Be a part of what we're doing. We have moved our meetings from Wednesday evenings. For those of you that are gatekeepers with Withhold the Vote, we have moved our meetings, though they know already, to Saturdays at 2:00, where we do the strategy. We do the work. We get behind the scenes. We dive in. If you take a look at the website, I'm going to put it up on the screen, Black Agenda. Click on the link that says Black Agenda. You see we have several, probably about a dozen bills, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, at least a dozen bills on the website that we are keeping our eyes on, legislation that we are actually watching. But there's at least a dozen more that we are working on. So we are active. We are intentional. We're going to hold these legislators accountable. And again, I come to you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. right here on YouTube. And I'm going to continue to do this on Facebook. On Clubhouse, if y'all will continue to have me. So make sure you go to YouTube and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification button. Make sure you share. This is where we do the work, y'all. I am Tamara Johnson Shealy. We're at the half hour. Thank you for joining me tonight. And as usual, you know, I will put your comments on the screen. If you haven't gone to the website too about HB 541, please take a look at it, hb541.net. This is where we are working on monumental legislation right here in the state of Georgia that pushes reparations, y'all. Pushes reparations. It's called the Equity and Fairness Commission. We're doing the doggone thing right here in the great state of Georgia. Go to that website as well. Again, I am Tamara Johnson Shealy. I will see you tomorrow night, 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube and again on Clubhouse. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good evening, everybody. And of course, like I said, I will put your comments on the screen on the way out. Have a good night, everybody.